Hi everyone, welcome back to our daily cafe chat.
Hello, I'm Lisa, and as always, I'm joined by the lovely Emily.
Thanks, Lisa. Today is February 24th, 2026.
You know, seeing the date makes me realize I really need a vacation soon.
Me too. I've been looking at some travel destinations lately.
Ooh, anywhere fun? We should totally go somewhere together.
Well, I was checking out Las Vegas, which actually ties into our first topic today.
Vegas? Oh my gosh, I love the buffets there.
We're also going to talk about a very early and slightly terrifying insect invasion.
Ew. Are you serious? I hate bugs.
And finally, we'll discuss why Texas might soon be the data center capital of the world.
Data centers? Not my usual topic, but I'm curious.
But before we jump into those stories, if you are new here, a very warm welcome.
We're so glad you're here. Our goal is to help you learn natural, everyday English conversation in just 10 minutes a day.
We take these hard, global news topics and turn them into a casual cafe chat, so you can practice listening and shadowing without any stress.
Exactly. No textbooks required. Just have a coffee and relax with us every day. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, Lisa, are you ready for the quiz?
Before we start, here's our keyword quiz for today. The word is slump. What do you think slump means?
Slump? Like when I slouch in my chair after eating too much pizza?
Listen closely to our first story to find out the real answer. Let's start with our first story today about Las Vegas.
Yes. Are we booking our tickets right now?
Well, we might want to book them for a Tuesday or Wednesday.
A weekday? But the parties are always on the weekend.
That's true, but according to a new report, Vegas saw a 7.5% drop in visitors throughout 2025.
Wait, 7.5%? That sounds like a really big drop for such a famous place.
It is. It's actually the sharpest decline they've experienced since the pandemic.
So is the city just empty all the time now?
Not at all. If you go on a Friday or Saturday, it's just as packed and chaotic as ever.
Okay, so where is the drop coming from?
The issue is what they are calling the midweek slump.
Midweek slump? So people just aren't visiting from Monday to Thursday?
Exactly. Budget-conscious travelers are pulling back because of high hotel prices and inflation.
That makes sense. Everything has gotten so expensive lately.
Right. And leisure tourists are deciding they can't justify taking days off work for an expensive midweek trip.
So what does that mean for the hotels? Are they just sitting empty?
Pretty much. One quote in the article said, "Monday has a completely different, much quieter vibe than the weekend now."
That sounds kind of nice, actually. I hate waiting in long lines for everything.
Me too. And because of this slump, hotels are starting to offer massive discounts to fill those empty rooms.
Wait, seriously? How big of a discount are we talking?
Big enough to make a midweek trip very attractive again for remote workers.
Oh my gosh, we work remotely. We could literally work from a luxury Vegas hotel.
That's exactly what I was thinking. We could get a great room for half the price.
And we could hit up the all-you-can-eat buffet for lunch, then go back to our laptops.
Even the airlines are cutting back their midweek flights because demand is so low right now.
If the flights are cheaper too, this is the ultimate life hack for us.
It really is. It shows how travel patterns are completely shifting based on the economy.
Well, I am completely sold. Let's look for flights for next Tuesday immediately.
Okay, we'll check right after the show. Moving on to our second story. If we do go anywhere, we might need extra bug spray this year.
Bug spray? Why? Are the bugs getting huge or something?
Not huge, but they are arriving much earlier. There's a swarm alarm going out across the U.S.
A swarm alarm? That sounds like the title of a terrible sci-fi movie.
It really does. But experts are warning an invasion of the world's deadliest insect is just weeks away.
The world's deadliest insect? What is it, a giant venomous spider?
Spiders aren't insects, Lisa. It's actually the mosquito.
Wait, the mosquito? I mean, I hate them, but the deadliest?
It's true. Statistically, mosquitoes cause more human deaths every year than any other animal on Earth.
Wow, really? I always forget that because they just seem like a mildly annoying buzzing sound.
They are annoying, but because they carry diseases like malaria, they are incredibly dangerous.
That is terrifying. But wait, it's only February. Why are they coming so soon?
The report says they will emerge as early as March 2026 this year.
March? It is still freezing cold in half the country right now.
I know. The problem is the fluctuating temperatures we've been having.
Oh, you mean the random hot days in the middle of winter?
Exactly. Those brief, unseasonably warm spells are enough to trick the eggs into hatching early.
So we don't even get a proper break from them this year.
Unfortunately, no. And with the early start, the risk period for diseases is going to be much longer.
Well, this just proves that my idea to stay indoors forever is the correct lifestyle choice.
You can't stay indoors forever. But it does mean we need to be prepared earlier.
They prefer humid weather, right? So maybe our Vegas trip is still safe.
Yes, the dry desert air is definitely a much safer option for avoiding swarms.
Perfect. See? Everything always points back to going to Vegas.
Just make sure there's no standing water near the hotel pool.
Ugh, don't ruin my dream, Emily.
Finally, our third topic today is about a different kind of swarm happening in Texas.
Oh no. Please don't tell me it's a swarm of giant spiders this time.
No animals this time. It's a swarm of data centers.
Data centers? Like giant buildings full of computers?
Exactly. A new report predicts that Texas could become the new data center capital of the world by 2030.
The capital of the world? I thought Silicon Valley was where all the tech stuff lived.
Silicon Valley has the headquarters, but for years, Northern Virginia has actually been the biggest hub for data centers.
Northern Virginia? Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, but now Texas is on track to take over the top spot very soon.
Why are these data centers suddenly popping up everywhere in Texas?
It's all because of the massive boom in artificial intelligence.
AI. Of course. Everyone is obsessed with AI right now.
Right, and AI requires a huge amount of computing power and physical infrastructure to work.
So tech companies are building these giant buildings just to keep up with AI demands?
Yes. In fact, tech giants are projected to invest an astronomical $600 billion in AI infrastructure just this year, in 2026.
$600 billion? In 1 year? That is insane.
It's a staggering amount of money. They need places with plenty of cheap land and available energy to build on.
And obviously Texas has a lot of wide open land and independence with their power grid.
Exactly. The report from JLL Research says Texas is perfectly positioned to handle this insane growth.
I guess the old saying is absolutely true. Everything really is bigger in Texas.
Totally. Even their digital clouds and server farms are getting massive.
It's crazy to think about how much the physical landscape has to change just so we can ask an AI to write our emails.
That's a very good point. The digital world has a very real physical footprint.
Well, I wouldn't want to visit a data center for vacation, but it's cool to know they are building the future down there.
Definitely. It shows how fast our technology is reshaping entire states. Well, that's all the news we have for today.
What a crazy mix. Empty Vegas hotels, early mosquitoes, and giant AI computers in Texas.
Let's quickly answer our keyword quiz. The word was slump. It means a sudden fall or decline, like the midweek slump in Las Vegas tourism we talked about.
So it's not about my posture when I'm watching TV?
Well, you can slump in your chair. but here it means a drop in business. Now, a question for our listeners. If you could work remotely from any hotel for a week, where would you go?
Oh, definitely a resort with a lazy river for me. I don't care where it is.
Let us know your choice in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes! Drop a mosquito emoji if you hate bugs as much as I do. See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Watch out for those early mosquito swarms.